Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Blood Red Skies, and this is a new Blood Red Sky, which is a new Netflix horror film that is German and is about vampires. And you have a woman with a mysterious illness who's forced into action when a group of terrorists attempt to hijack a transatlantic overnight flight. And you have this film directed by Peter Thorwarth, who I'm not really familiar with the rest of his work, but, really delivers with this film because, there's so many vampire stories at this point, and I thought this was an interesting take on, okay, you have a reluctant person of action, this woman on a plane with hijackers, and what if that vampire instincts, all those things kick into action, she goes full-blown vampire on a bunch of terrorists, and they start becoming vampires, crazy stuff happens, and this is an interesting story as well because the film starts off with a really good hook. You're in Scotland at an air base, and you have Graham McTavish popping up as a Scottish military guy, perfect casting for a small role, and there's this plane and it lands really awkwardly and a little kid pops out, and then bam, we cut back. This kid and his mother are going on this flight. She's going to get some medical procedures done and testing done to try to fix her illness, and hijackers get on. They specifically targeted a plane where you have two Muslim men who have backgrounds in planes, and then trick them into reading these claims over the radio, so then it seems like it's Islamic terrorists taking over a plane, but no, they're just a bunch of ragtag group of German and British people, and including a couple of semi-recognizable people. Like you have Dominic Purcell, who was from both Prison Break and then, I guess, Legends of Tomorrow. You have Roland Moller, who I've seen pop up in a few things, including Atomic Blonde, The Commuters, Skyscraper. He's that kind of character actor. He's going to be a bad dude. And then you have this over-the-top wild card German guy. And this film has some interesting twists and turns and setups that shake up the story enough that it's vampires during hijacking kind of thing. And there's a lot of heart and depth in this relationship between the mother and son trying to process what's going on with his mother. And I really appreciated those aspects of this film, and it added depth. I'm not saying this is an amazing film. This is not a perfect film, but this is the kind of film that is a genre film. It could have easily just been completely by the numbers and at least given enough fun, which it does. There's some action, there's some vampire thrills, but at least this has a little bit of commentary on societal things. It has that anchor of mother and son. Pulls an alien. It has that aliens specifically. It has that added human connection at the core of it that makes it that much more interesting than just your by the numbers, purely just genre thrills. And it's heartbreaking to see this woman struggling with her vampirism and having her son struggling too and not wanting her to go, and how long can she keep this stuff under control before she potentially hurts him or other people. And you have one of the framed terrorists played by Setti, who I really liked in this film, and he does a fine job. And he's an interesting enough character to go along for the ride. But it's not purely original. The basic plotting of it, I'm pretty sure you could gather where this film's going, but it has enough emotion, enough action, and enough tweaks to it to make it feel a little less generic. And by the end, I had a fun time with this 2-hour thrill ride with vampires and hijacking terrorists and all kinds of nonsense. Just imagine, what if Air Force One, Harrison Ford was fighting vampires, or was a vampire? But, you know, this is a nice, fun, crazy kind of stream that you could do on Netflix right now. It's there. Everybody either has access to it or pays for it, so, like me, take advantage of it. If you enjoy good horror thriller, check out Blood Red Sky. But those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.